Looks like we're on. Alrighty, I'm going to tell you what I found out for today. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for August 21st. August 21st is the 233rd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 234th in leap years, with 132 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is anterior. Anterior is an adjective that means situated toward the front, before in place. In anatomy, anterior can be related to or situated near or toward the head, otherwise toward the part most nearly corresponding to the head. Anterior may also refer to that which is situated toward the front or the belly of the body, particularly in humans and other bipedal animals, because of their upright posture. In ophthalmology, the anterior chamber is a part of the eye that's toward the front of it. Anterior might also mean before in time, something that happened before, although I don't think I've ever heard it used that way. The word anterior comes to us from Latin, with ante meaning before, in front of. First known use of the word anterior is in the 1500s, anterior. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, the American Bar Association was founded in Saratoga Springs, New York on August 21st, 1878. The American Bar Association is a voluntary association of lawyers and law students and is not specific to any jurisdiction in the United States. The ABA sets academic standards for law schools and formulates ethical codes related to the legal profession. While they were founded in Saratoga Springs, their national headquarters is now in Chicago, Illinois, and they also maintain a significant presence in Washington, D.C. This is the birthday of singer, songwriter, record producer, actor, and entrepreneur Kenny Rogers, born August 21st, 1938 in Houston, Texas. The fourth of 8 children, he has said that he was the first person in his family as far back as they knew to graduate high school. He began recording back in the 1950s with a group called the Scholars. In the 1960s, he joined the folk group, the New Christy Minstrels, and then went on to found a group called the First Edition. His first big hit was with the First Edition, a psychedelic rock song called Just Dropped In to See What Condition My Condition Was In. This one made it into the top 10 in the Billboard charts. The band began to feel a bit more country with the song Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. First Edition disbanded in the 1970s, and Kenny Rogers went solo, definitely with more of a country sound. My goodness, his CV is so lengthy, but a particular item of interest that I wanted to mention is that he bought a building in Los Angeles and built a state-of-the-art and very popular recording studio there called Lion's Share Studios, which happens to be where the song We Are the World was recorded. Pretty sure we've talked about We Are the World at some point. With dozens of hits in a career lasting over 6 decades, Kenny Rogers had to retire in 2017 due to health concerns and passed away in March of 2020 at the age of 81. Kenny Rogers. Hawaii became the 50th U.S. state on August 21, 1959. Located on an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii's capital and largest city, Honolulu, is located on the island of Oahu. Hawaii is the only state not on the North American mainland and is the only state that is an archipelago and the only state in the tropics. Hawaii's nicknames are the Aloha State, the Paradise of the Pacific, the Islands of Aloha, and the 808 State, in reference to its telephone area code. Hawaii has a motto that is given in Hawaiian, which I'm uncertain about being able to pronounce correctly, but it means the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. Hawaii's anthem is Hawaii's Own True Sons. Hawaii is the 8th smallest state in land area, the 11th least populous, and 13th in population density. People who are from Hawaii are called Hawaiian, and people who live there may be called Hawaiian or Hawaii residents. Hawaii has 8 main islands, 7 of which are inhabited. Only 6 of those are open to tourists and locals. The 7th is privately managed and requires permission to go there. Hawaii is composed of 137 volcanic islands that run 1,500 miles in length, and its coastline is the 4th longest in the U.S. The largest island in the archipelago is the one called Hawaii. It's often referred to as the Big Island or Hawaii Island in order to avoid confusing it with the whole state. The name Hawaii is said to be named after the man who discovered these islands when they were first settled. Hawaii Loa is described in oral tradition as a mythical Hawaiian fisherman and navigator who's said to have discovered the island of Hawaii. The islands of Maui, Kauai, and Oahu are said to be named after his children who settled on the islands bearing their names. Hawaii's state bird is the nini, also known as the Hawaiian goose. State flower is the yellow Hawaiian hibiscus. The state insect is the Kamehameha butterfly, a butterfly endemic to Hawaii whose Hawaiian name is Pueloha. Hawaii's state tree is a flowering tree known as the candle nut or kukui nut tree. Always interesting what I discover in the research for these episodes, and I was curious as to whether these kukui nuts were edible or not. So what I learned is that the raw nuts and oil are slightly toxic, but they're just fine when cooked. Being an oily nut, ancient Hawaiians would either burn the nuts to provide light or extract the oil to burn in a stone lamp, using a wick made from tree fibers. These lamps were called kukui helepo, which means light, darkness goes. I like that. I think I'm going to put that in a sign on my wall. Light, darkness goes. Kukui helepo. If I have any Hawaiians in my audience, please let me know how close I got on these pronunciations. It's fascinating. And Hawaii is a fascinating state. Happy Statehood Day, Hawaii. Now we have a playlist of episodes for this day in history, as well as a playlist of single subjects called How About That? And a playlist of words called There's a Word for That. And I'll leave links to those playlists for you. Today's song is The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. Written by Don Schlitz and produced by Larry Butler, this 1978 release by Kenny Rogers was a crossover hit for him. This was one of those songs that almost didn't happen. Mr. Schlitz had shopped it around in Nashville for a couple of years before Bobby Bare recorded it. That version didn't catch on, was not released as a single. Don Schlitz himself recorded a version too, and that version did chart. This brought the song to the attention of other artists. Johnny Cash recorded a version of The Gambler, which appears on his album Gone Girl, and then Kenny Rogers recorded The Gambler, released it as the title track on his 1978 album, The Gambler, was a #1 country hit. And in a time when country songs rarely crossed over, this one did. The Gambler made it into the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100, #1 on Billboard's U.S. Hot Country Songs, and did really well on many other charts as well. The Gambler became Kenny Rogers' signature song and inspired several TV movies set in the Old West. The song is frequently featured and mentioned in popular culture, and there's even a baseball player who's been nicknamed the Gambler because his name is Kenny Rogers. The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, link in the description. Alrighty, I had a few baubles along the way, so we will have outtakes. Enjoy them, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, we don't want to get those monster green eyes. Just the regular green eyes will be enough. I had a typo there. Fixed it. Oh, when did that happen? Forgot to put a date in there. All right, hold on. I forgot to say actor. Hodger's born August 21st, No, he wasn't born in 1800s. He was born in the 1900s. Okay, read that again. This is the birthday of singer, songwriter, and record producer, actor, and entrepreneur Kenny Rogers. Did you really? I'm working, don't bother me. All right. I'm going to say one more time, but we'll do it as many more times as we have to. All right. Yeah. Is that how to pronounce that? We might have to pull pronunciation in on this one. Hold on. A pronunciation trick is to go to your internet web browser and type in pronounce space the word and hit enter and see what they come up with. Let's see what this sounds like.
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. All right. Hold on. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.